It's October, which means it is officially market prep season, and I have been kind of soft market prepping for the last month. So today will be like the first episode, whatever you want to call it, of my October market prep series. So let's hop right into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, my name is Britt. I am the face behind Nerdy Girl Crochets. I run a small crochet business where I primarily focus on the safety eyes that go into amigurumi pieces. A lot of my safety eyes are inspired by all my favorite nerdy things, especially anime, but I also do make the sewing sticks that help sew those plushies together, as well as stitch markers and crochet patterns. You can find those all on my website, nerdygirlcrochets.com, and you can also find just my patterns over on my Etsy. We are actually hopping into something that's pretty different for me. I have talked a little bit on my channel about how I'm not like an avid market person, I've only done a couple in the past, but I did do one last year that was during this holiday season. It was in November. And it did go pretty well, and I signed up for it this year, and I did get accepted, so I am prepping for that. However, I did make some tweaks into how I'm going about it this year. Like last year, I had just, that was like my first true market, I would say. I had only done like a very, very baby one. It was like an apartment complex one, so when I was going into prepping for it last year, I genuinely felt like I was going in blind. I didn't know what to expect, and so I just I didn't really know how to prepare. So of course I was going and trying to get advice, looking online for advice, and it was very overwhelming, to be honest. I remember being extremely stressed out prepping for it last year, on top of working my full-time night job. After what I experienced my first time doing this market, I definitely am approaching it extremely different. I'm also just choosing not to stress. Like, I want this, of course, to hopefully be, fruitful, as far as hopefully being able to get plushies to their forever home, make a little money in doing so, but I also just want it to be not so stressful and just have fun with it. Like, I absolutely loved seeing people so excited about them. I just remember people being super, super excited about the Pokémon, especially. For me, it was the Pokémon that were the biggest sellers, so that was just kind of interesting for me. It was not the small makes. I just remember the biggest piece of advice that I got was like hammered into me was the small makes, like things below $20. And I left that market with so many of my items that were below $20 that I stressed myself out making. So that's why it's so tough. I just feel like you can never go into a market knowing what people are going to want. So I'm going into this market making what I enjoy making, and full on just my branding this year, not focusing on anything, not going into it with the mindset of, well, do I think people are going to want this? Unless it's something I already love. For instance, K-pop Demon Hunters right now is extremely popular. Do I think people would love it? Yes, but I also love it. So I'm okay if I make a couple things that are K-pop Demon Hunters, duplicates, I should say. But I am somebody who struggles to make something more than once if it's not something I genuinely enjoy making. That's not why I got into crochet. That's why I've always been somebody who's like, I just can't do markets, because if I have to force myself to make something, it's going to be like a very painful process for me. I wish I could be that way, but I'm just not. My passion is so much in the eyes. And when it comes to the actual crochet part, it's got to be something I love, and it's got to be something I'm passionate about, which is why this market season, I'm finding makes that just make me really happy. They're full on nerdy branding, and I'm actually really excited for it this year. So anyways, I want to take the opportunity this video to just show what I've been making so far, and hopefully each week for this month of October, use it to kind of help hold me accountable for making stuff for this market. Yeah, I'm just excited. The market is November 8th. Today is October 5th. So just like weekly check-ins to help hold me accountable and kind of like show what I've been making. So let's just like jump right into it. Some will be small, some are not small. let's go. So I actually just finished this today. This pattern's not released quite yet, but it will be releasing in a couple of days. This is Pikachu. This is by Joyfully Marky. He's so cute, and honestly, he was a pretty quick workup. I was very pleasantly surprised. I feel like whenever I go into making a Pikachu, I just never know what I'm going to get. And I made him in Baby Bear and Posh. So the yellow is Baby Bear, the black and the brown are Posh. And then I did heat set vinyl for the cheeks. Every time I try to sew on a circle, I swear it just does not look good. So if I have the option of being able to use heat set vinyl for cheeks on Pikachu, I usually will opt for that. A while back, I I got together with my mom, and she knew I make Pikachu all the time, so we just cut out a bunch of red circles. Red circles in various sizes for when I make Pikachu, so I would just have them ready to go. And these eyes are by Pebble Crochets. Love them so much. So yes, I signed up to test this knowing it would be perfect for my booth, and I also just love Pikachu. Pikachu has always been my favorite. I just think he is absolutely adorable, and he is very powerful. Like, what's not to love about Pikachu? So, absolutely love this make by Joyfully Marky. So, highly recommend getting the pattern when it comes out. Just, he's super cute. So that's, I guess, the first make showing off for the market. This one I knew for sure I had to make. Okay, if you guys have not seen Shannon, which is Snuggle Beans Crochet over on Instagram, if you have not seen her splooting series, you need to check them out. They're so cute. I swear she's making like a splooting everything, and I'm here for it. It's so cute. But when I saw she made Eevee, I about died. I love Eevee. Eevee is so cute. And last year at the bazaar, Eevee was by far my best seller. I swear, if it was Eevee, I feel like people didn't even pay attention to the price on it. They just freaked out. I had one girl come up to the booth, and she was jumping up and down excited about an Eevee I had. I think it was my first customer, maybe my second, and she just pointed to it and was jumping up and down and bought it. It was a very, very cute interaction. And I brought 4 Eevees with me, and they all sold. And I had people asking if I had more Eevees, and unfortunately I did not. So I've only made this one so far, but I want to make more Eevees. That's like, without a doubt, I want to make more Eevees for the bazaar because 1, I love her, and 2, I just think if it's anything like last year, Eevee was very popular. So this is the Splooting Eevee by Snuggle Beans Crochet. I'm just so obsessed with the splooting patterns. They're so, so cute. And for this one, I used Baby Bear, and this feels like Bliss for the fuzzy parts. Gotta look at the eyes here. These are so amazing. These ones are by Carrie Crochets over on Instagram. She's another nerdy crocheter, and us nerdy crocheters, we stay together. But I am a big, big fan of those super intense color shift eyes, and these are just amazing on this Eevee. But yeah, this is a pretty low sew pattern, and it works up fairly quick. So I I am obsessed. I knew it was going to be a must make for this one. So it was honestly one of the first things that I made when I started like prepping for this market last month. And I just love her. She's so cute. If you guys watched my K-pop Demon Hunters video where I was showing off all of my recent K-pop Demon Hunters makes, then you've already seen this, but it's a little mini derby. And this pattern is by Crochet. I'm going to be completely honest, I am totally brain farting on what the name of the pattern is. My bad, but I tested it, and this is just a little mini derpy. So when I am like prepping for a market, I will kind of be on the lookout for pattern tests, and if it's something that I think is a good market make or something I would want to take with me to sell, I will apply for it, because then it's like working smarter, not harder. So then I can test it, get the pattern, and then also have something to bring with me to sell. Like, I think it's just smart. So anyways, I did test this, and I will be bringing it with me. So I painted these eyes myself. I really tried to do the whole, like, I don't even know where it comes out from, like, the pupil. And I was like, that effect is so difficult. So kudos to people who do that. I know Haunted Pixie does that for her eyes. And I was like, I'll leave it to you, girl, because that's hard. But yeah, I painted these myself, and he is made with Baby Bear and Posh. And yeah, so I'll be taking him with me. Oh, look, another K-pop Demon Hunters make. So like I said earlier, I love K-pop Demon Hunters, so I definitely want to make more to bring to my booth. That is something I have said I absolutely want to do. So I was super excited when Robin finished up her Ray pattern. I had started pre-testing it when she first created it and was really hopeful she was gonna finish it before the market, and thankfully she did. And it's like a quick, I should say for a doll, definitely a quick workup. The little added details take a little bit more time, but I am a sucker for details, so I was totally okay with it. And I totally realized after I took the photos that I forgot to do a little, her gold detail around her shoulder, and I was like, whoops. You couldn't tell in my photo because her hair covered it, but I still need to add that gold detail to her shoulders. I do want to make more of these for my market. However, I made this in Sweet Snuggles Light and like Chanel Home Slim, the Michaels yarn. That slowed me down so much. All the shedding was horrible, and there's not a whole lot of sewing, but you do have to sew the hair on. Nightmare. And I know, every single time I tell myself I'm going to grab acrylic yarn and sew with it. But every time I tell myself, it'll be different this time. It'll be easier to sew with it this time. No, it never is. And I still do it to myself every single time. So I want to make it in blanket yarn next time for the bazaar. Just make my life easier. I don't want to do it in the Michaels yarn that sheds like crazy and makes a mess. It just drives me nuts. I mean, I think she looks great, but yeah, I don't want to do that again. But I used 20mm eyes and I painted these. And I just think she's super cute. I did not have any acrylic to use for this detail right here. So I used Burnet Velvet and also tied off her hair with that. But I just think this pattern is so, so cute. And I love the size of it. And I just like that she's a little stuffed doll. I'm super excited. Just perfect, perfect, perfect for a nerdy, like, market make. And I love Rumi. I love Rumi. I've talked about this before. Like I said, if you watched my K-pop Demon Hunters video, I talked about how much I love Rumi and how much I resonated with her character. So she is a very, very special make to me. So pretty much anytime I make something that's Rumi, it's special. So I definitely want to make more of her to bring with me, and I'm excited to see people's reaction to her. But yeah, she's definitely coming. So this is the Snuggler Rumi that I made using BK Crochet's pattern. This was a pattern test Also made with the Sweet Snuggles Light and Chanel Home Slim, same complaints that I had as far as the shedding slowed me down, and I would definitely make her in blanket yarn next time. But she looks so cute, and I did the 2 colored eyes because this pattern has her patterns in it, which is a really cool touch. So I wanted to make sure she got the 2 colored eyes to represent her demon eye, or her demon side, I should say. Now, I will say I'm going to bring her, but I struggle to sell snugglers at markets. I don't know if other people have the same experience, but a lot of times I feel like people are just confused why it's not stuffed. So I'll bring her, but that's been my experience, is people usually are like, why isn't it stuffed? But I think she's incredible, so I am going to bring her anyways, because you just never know what will sell. And yeah, I think she's really, really amazing. This one's fun. Okay, so my good friend Kendall, KP Crochet Creations, here on YouTube and on Instagram, she recently came out with Gus the Dino pattern, which also has a dragon portion to it. And I remember I was talking to her and I was like, you know, it would be really cool. It'd be fun to mod it to make Spyro and Charizard. She was like, can I do Spyro? And I'm like, yeah. And I wanted to do Charizard. So I ended up modding it to make Charizard. And he's just like a little baby Charizard. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. I was super happy with how he came out. And he's got his little head tilt. It's honestly hard to take a picture, I feel like, with his head tilt. I don't know, but I was super, super happy with how he came together. I also made him with Posh. I know, shocker. I went crazy when Joann's closed, so I have a ridiculous amount of Posh, and I feel like I'm going to be set for a long time. So I'm just kind of trying to use up all my stock without buying new yarn as much as I can. So yeah, a lot of my makes are in Posh and Baby Bear. Not that I'm complaining, I love that yarn, but yeah, I feel like I'm probably going to sound a little repetitive. But yeah, he's made in Posh. And then, oh, I don't know how to pronounce it. I want to say it's like Nicey fur yarn. I did to make his tail. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what I did. I was kind of just random. And then I embroidered the red over it and just brushed over it to make his little flame. I made that yellow patch for the front of him. Technically, Charizard has yellow that goes all the way from his chest down to his tail, but I didn't want to weigh him down that much, so that's why I opted to just do the yellow on his chest. Especially when he's just standing there, you can't really tell. But for his wings, it wasn't too hard to mod his wings, because instead of just doing like a 1 panel, you have to just make 2. Like 2 of each color type of a thing. And then I did, I don't know, some modified kind of a picket to do the little horn that he has on his wings. And then I just like elongated the horns in the pattern to make him. So I did not write down his mod. Yeah, it's really hard, in my opinion, to write down mods because sometimes I'm just winging it as I go. And it slows me down a lot. Like, I have done a couple mods. Like, I did write down the mod I made for Riley, which is Pocket Full of Posies. It's her ballerina pattern. I'm blanking on the name of the ballerina. But that was a lot of work. It took a very, very, very long time to write it out and then make the mod. Like, it was essentially like writing out a pattern. So it's a lot of work to write out mods. But yeah, it's like I had fun writing out, but I don't always have time to write out every single mod. And sometimes I just want to mod it for the sake of having fun. I absolutely love to mod patterns, but Yeah, it just can be a ton of work having to slow down and write it down, and then it takes away the fun of modding it for me. And I'm not trying to gatekeep, I promise. It's just, that's just how it is. It really slows me down, and then it takes away the fun. When I saw she had a dragon, it was like instantly Spyro and Charizard came to mind, and that's what I thought. I was like, that would be so fun to bring to the bazaar. So he came to life, and I painted these eyes. The camera's not showing it, but they do shift. They have like little purple and pink accents, and I just thought they would be perfect on Charizard. Okay, this next little bit I am excited about. They're actually some of my smaller makes too. Look at all those chickens. Okay. I don't know if any of you guys are Stardew Valley fans like me. My husband and I have been playing again because there's like, I guess, a new mod that came out, and there's so many more characters, and like the town is bigger and everything. It's just a lot of fun. So we have been playing again, and I just love that game so much. But I knew I wanted to do the Stardew Valley chickens. I could have done the Mabel, but I ended up coming across this pattern by Crochet by Dill, and it's truly like a Stardew Valley chicken pattern, and I was like, oh my gosh, they literally look like the Stardew Valley chickens. And I was instantly like, I don't care if they take more time. I need those. I need the Stardew Valley chicken pattern. So I was like, they actually look like them. I'm just truly obsessed. I love everything about it. It's so cute. And so yeah, I ended up opting to do the pattern that's actually Stardew Valley inspired. And I love it. I am wanting to at least bring 2 of each color. The only color I haven't done yet is like a brown chicken. And the game also does have a golden chicken, but Posh doesn't have a gold color. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do a gold one because I don't want it to be smaller than the rest of them by using velvet. So I'm like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. Now, admittedly, I was going for accuracy, so that's why I ended up embroidering the eyes, but I am not good at embroidery. It takes me so long to embroider the eyes. So that's really been testing my patience a little bit. But hey, I'm hoping with this, I will get maybe a little better with embroidery. But it's definitely taking more time. Before I really thought about the accuracy of how the Stardew Valley chickens look, I had bought safety eyes. Like I bought red and black circle ones for the chickens and just like other stuff. But then I thought about it and I'm like, wait, Stardew Valley is pixel art. They don't have circle eyes. And I'm a sucker for details and accuracy, so that's when I decided, okay, I'm just going to embroider them. I'll put in that extra work for accuracy even if it means I have to put in more time, that's fine. But I really love the void chicken. When I finished the void chicken, I was like, oh. If you haven't played the game before, it's just like a little black chicken with red eyes, and it's just so funny. And of course, the blue chickens are so cute. So yeah, I'm excited. I feel like a lot of people know Stardew. I did make some of the Mabel chickens last year in the Stardew colors, and I remember some people make comments. So I am excited for these ones because they truly look like Stardew Valley. Yeah, so I'm excited. I get like, I don't know, I'm easily excitable, so the whole time I'm making it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks like the true chicken. I just thought it was really cute. So yeah, if you're a Stardew fan, definitely check out the Crochet by Dill chicken pattern, Stardew Valley chicken pattern, I should say. Okay, this is another pattern I tested, and I was like, oh my gosh, I am so making more of these for this market, and it's a derpy little like keychain or bag charm. I'm so making more of these. This is like the first official, I would say, like keychain that I've made, and I think he's so cute. I really, really, really love him. So I know I definitely want to make at least a few more of these. And he's fairly quick aside from the embroidery, which you have to do it for Derpy. He's not Derpy without his embroidery, unfortunately, but it's worth it. It is worth it because look at him, he's so cute. This is another one by Crochet. So she's just killing it with all the Derpy stuff. But yeah, I really love this pattern, and as far as the workup of the actual head, extremely quick. So, yep, I just gotta do it. Gotta do it! Absolutely love him. Alright, this is one of my bigger makes that I'm going to be taking. And this pattern is by my best friend Kat, which is Nocturne Cat Crochet over on Instagram. She is somebody else who's just been killing it with the patterns lately. I am blanking on the name and I'm probably going to say it wrong. It just came to mind. Tizuki? I'm probably saying it wrong. You might recognize her as Luna from Sailor Moon. I actually have Luna as part of my sleeve. Ugh, right there. Probably looks more like Artemis, but it is Luna. So this is kind of like the splooting style, and I just absolutely love her. Sailor Moon is really nostalgic for me, so I always love making anything from Sailor Moon, and I was super excited when she designed this pattern. Just so stinking cute, and I'm excited for her to join my little sploots on the table. I did put a little flexi rod in the tail so her tail can stand up and you can kind of like bend it however you want. But I'm just really obsessed with this style where they're laying flat and like their arms go forward. I just think that style is so cute. But yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to charge for it yet. I feel like pricing stuff is really challenging for me. But I just think she's so cute. And I literally had one set of the I Am Kira eyes left that I'd set aside for myself for my first drop. And these are the I Am Kira eyes. And I'd forgot that I'd put them to the side for myself. And I was like, yes, oh my gosh, thank goodness I don't have to paint red eyes. And it was honestly like a fun throwback because that drop was back in January. And it was nice just kind of like to pull out eyes from that drop. And I still really love these red eyes. I know red eyes are, they're very specific. Like you have to have a very specific project for them. But every time I need them, I really did love using the I Am Kira eyes. I just felt like they did have that really good pop of red. Yeah, she's just, Kat's just, she's just killing it with her patterns. Which, speaking of Kat and her patterns being incredible, I have a whip that's related to one of her absolutely incredible patterns. Let me go grab the absolutely incredible pattern that I'm actually talking about. It'll tie it all in and make it make sense. Okay, I feel like a lot of the crochet community knows her adorable manhwa, especially if you're a K-pop Demon Hunters fan. So I have been working on pre-testing the smaller version, which is gonna look silly because I literally just have one stick in it. But you can kind of see here, I'm gonna try and show maybe an up view. Look at the size difference of the bodies. Yeah, so I don't know if it's pronounced Jakoto. There's a tester call up right now for it as I'm filming, but it's definitely a lot smaller. Oh, it's gonna be so cute. I have all of like the legs and everything done for it. I have the tail done. The only thing I have left to make is the ears and the head and to sew it all together. So I'm super excited to see the smaller version come out because the smaller version is what I'm going to take with me to the market. This guy is for me. He's very sentimental. He's got eyes that were painted by my best friend Allie Mackenzie Crafts. She is also here on YouTube and on Instagram. And then the pattern that's by my best friend Kat. Yeah, there's no way. It's like literally a piece that's all encompassing of our trio friendship. So he's very, very special. He's not going anywhere. He's mine. But that smaller one is going to go with me, and I'm just super excited to see him come together, be able to get photos of him. Yeah, get photos of him with the bigger one. I don't know. It's just gonna be really fun. For me, I literally learned amigurumi so I could make my favorite characters, and seeing them come to life with yarn is just so much fun. And that was the one part of the market last year that was so amazing, was seeing people light up for the same reason. Like, they would see the character that they love and get so excited. I'm excited for that. So yeah, I'm just excited to truly just go full on branding. Just, if it's a character, it's coming with me this year. I'm really looking forward to it. So if you guys are interested in following along with my little weekly recaps, stay tuned. And thank you for watching week 1. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!